Stop falling in love. Falling is dangerous. Do you say I love you too soon, too much, and too often? Yes, and this can probably be a very controversial topic. Not like that's anything new for me and my channel, but I'm just here to give you guys the insight and approach things from a different light than probably what you are programmed to. And the truth is that the whole I love yous to guys that you're dating is kind of very repelling. And there was a guy who was telling me about a situation where this lady that he was dating, like, she was just being too pushy, and she was like basically like asking him if he loved her, and was going to say that he loved her. And I'm sorry, but most Western women, they have no idea what love is, and what love truly looks like. It has a lot to do with Hollywood movies, no doubt about that, and the idea that we've formed from watching so many Hollywood movies, but also because women have become so independent in taking care of their own needs and, you know, surviving on their own and fighting for their own independence. So they have no idea what love actually looks like from a man. The Bible says that any man who does not provide for his own family is worse than a non-believer. And I think that we've tried to compensate now for the lack of providing by being obsessed with the I love you, honey, you know, hearing those I love you, honey words constantly, when really the proof is in the pudding. Like, if he is providing for you, if he has vowed his life to commit to you, and he is taking responsibility over you, then he loves you. That is the ultimate form of love. But if he's not doing those things, then yeah, women are going to feel like they need the reassurance that he loves her, because there's no foundation without that for love to grow. And I'm just a hardcore believer of growing in love. And I don't like the language of falling in love, because I look at things from so much of a deeper perspective. Like, there is lust, and there is infatuation, and there is triggering feelings of familiarity. And then there is operating from spirit. And then there's like a bonding, a physical bonding, and a spiritual bonding that happens when you are intertwined with another person. So I just don't like the language of like falling in love, because I think it can be very misleading and misguiding. Like, that language comes across more idolizing, which we as believers are not called to do. Like, you love him because you're a loving person, right? And he's more special because you are more intimate together, and you share feelings and you share life experiences that you don't share with anyone else together. But love is not in a verbal form of saying, oh, well, I love you, honey. Like, it's a deep knowing, it's an intuition, it's a sacrifice. Like it says in 1 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. And I know that it has become such a cliche, but like, most people are not like looking at it for what it is. They just look at it like, oh, like, he bought me flowers, so he must love me. But anyways, the point is that our perception of what love is, or what it looks like coming from a man, is so skewed and twisted. And so that's why these women will start to like push for the I love you, and like hearing that before he's ever even like really done anything to prove that, before he's ever even provided anything tangible to prove that. Like, both of my grandpas literally built my grandmother's a house. Okay, now if that doesn't show love, I don't know what does. Like, they literally got out there with a hammer and nails and a foundation and built them a house from the ground up. So do you think that they went to them and said, honey, do you love me? Are you sure that you love me? I'm not feeling like you really love me. No, they didn't, because he was providing for her. He was already proving his sacrifice and love for her. So ladies, try not to be so pushy with the I love yous from guys that you're dating, okay? Because this is repelling to masculine men. This is not attractive to men that really do want to try to keep their attraction for you strong. This is more repelling, okay? You need to instead be discerning his actions towards you and what he is doing when he's around you, what he's doing for you, if he's taking the steps to protect you. Like, I remember talking about this in a past video before, but I remember when I was dating a guy one time and he was casually telling me about like his ex-wife and how she was always so pushy for to hear that reassurance of I love you every single time that they were on the phone every single day. And it was just like this neediness that was very repelling to him. And what was funny was that they were literally married. Like, they were literally married, had a few kids together, and he was repelled by her constant need for hearing I love you from him every single day. But, you know, all in all, like, what it came down to was the fact that she wasn't getting other needs met in other areas. So she tried to compensate and, you know, be pushy for hearing I love you. But he was going to work every day for her. You know, he was like fully providing for her. She didn't even have to go to work herself. So it was just overall repelling to him. So no, if the question is, should I tell him that I love him first? No, you shouldn't. You should just be open, be nurturing, be warm, be supporting, be very feminine and playful around him. And he will know that you care about him and that you have a lot of love for him. So I would really encourage you to change your language, especially if you are out there dating, to instead say things like, I trust you and you make me feel safe and you always protect me and you always take care of things. Those words sometimes can give so much more meaning than just the typical I love you. So it's obviously not saying that I love you is some kind of bad thing or bad habit to form. But just that love takes a while to cultivate and to grow, okay? And so I know most people will not agree with this topic. But it is what it is. And like I said, just here to give you guys a different outlook and different insight than what you have probably been programmed to do and say. And just to prove my point, I love you.